Rutgers beating St. John's, playing well right now.
Really good basketball.
Yeah, size them up for them.
Well, they did a good job of recruiting a few years ago, and they inherited some guys, Mike Poole, Austin Johnson, that are seniors, Dane Miller. So they got, I guess, three guys giving senior leadership. And then their sophomore class is really good. They added a transfer on Wally Judge, 6'9", 240, gives them a physical presence. So they're deep. They got good guard play. They're very good. I said early in the year at the Big East Media Day, nobody listens because in our league you got Hall of Fame guys. So, when I was asked by some people, who's the team that's going to finish higher than their pick, I said Rutgers. Of course, we drew them twice, and I really believe that. Just based on their talent level. They got experience, they got talent, they got guards that can shoot the ball in. So they're very tough to beat at home. They beat 4 of their last 6 ranked opponents in Iraq. So, it doesn't get any easier for the Bearcats.
As Bill pointed out earlier, turnovers have plagued them somewhat. Are they vulnerable to that?
Well, they shoot a high percentage, so that's kind of been an Achilles heel for them. But I think when you really look at it, though, they had some games in December where they were just way ahead and they got sloppy. So I don't know how much you can rely on them to turn the ball over in a Big East game. I throw out everybody that plays at the Carrier Dome. Those statistics are an aberration. So I don't count what happened when they played at Syracuse. I would look at their other 2 games. Against Pitt, they only had 9. They took care of the back. I'm sorry, against Pitt, that was a problem for them. Pitt only had 9, they said. And it got Pitt back in the game. So hopefully we can score some points off turnovers. It would be nice. So we have not had that. And really, in the 3 Big East games that we played, that's been a problem for us. We haven't generated any offense off our defense.
Have you concentrated on anything in particular to break this semi-funk you guys are in?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that would be for us to know and Rutgers not to know.
Darren Savino did he recruit those seniors?
You would have to ask him. Austin Johnson, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure about Dane Miller and Mike Poole, but he was on that staff.
When it comes to the inside scoring, and that seems to be getting some attention here with you guys, or lack thereof.
Sheck's 4 for 4, Dave's 2 for 2, and Kelvin's 1 for 2 in our last game. So that wasn't the issue. Cash had 5, Park had 8. If they get their averages, we got 72 in the win. You get to this time of year, your main guys got to be able to, if they can get their average, you're going to be able to score. It's hard. We got as much bench production as we've had in a long time. I don't really know the numbers, but
22
everybody
points.
off the bench scored for us. And our big guys got the ball in the basket. So, it's just a matter of keep at it. I think points off turnovers is something that we have lacked. And it was big for us. Transition baskets, fast break baskets, points off turnovers. Something was huge for us in November and December. And it's disappeared for us. So that all starts with defense and defensive energy.
What do you think's happened? Why did it disappear?
Our deflections are down. It's a fact. Our deflections are way down. Your deflections are down. You're not going to have as many steals. Last 3 games, we're averaging 4.3 steals a game. Going into that, we were at 9 steals a game. So you look at Louisville last night. They're in a dogfight until all of a sudden steal layup, steal 3, and they got a 10-point lead.
Is that just lack of not as much effort, or not as much emphasis? I'm sure you emphasize.
It's just not getting it done. We're not attacking the basketball. Our defensive energy's got to pick up. Now, a lot of that, though, is who you're playing. We played 3 teams consecutively that don't turn the ball over. St. John's holds it to the end of the shot clock. They run a stall game and to the end of the clock. It's hard to steal it. Notre Dame did a tremendous job taking care of it. Although I did think that there was 3 times there was no question it was a travel. It wasn't called, and that hurts us. And that's not called because it rattles your opponent. When you're creating turnovers and you don't get it. But other than that, they did a great job. And Pittsburgh never turns the ball over.
So obviously, if you get those turnovers, your offensive numbers are going down.
Absolutely. So you got to get easy baskets, and we haven't been able to generate easy baskets.
Safe to say you need this win, Nick, to break this funk?
We need every win. it's a long year. You know, you're going to have peaks and valleys. So, you know, I don't believe. You know, I think our guys obviously they want to win just because of the competitors. But I don't think it does any good to put undue pressure on the team.
Is Justin going to be playing?
We'll see. Players in our program determine playing time, not coaches. So I hope so.
You said the other day that Shaq Thomas has really earned the playing time that he's got. Can he bring you something that nobody else on this team really can because of his unique skill set?
Well, the more he becomes a reliable defender, it allows him to stay on the floor. And the longer he can stay on the floor, his offensive talent is going to grow. And he's going to become a better finisher the calmer he is out there. And he's a good passer to assist. So it's just a matter of him continuing to get solid on the defensive end. That's going to get him more minutes because he can make plays, and he makes you a better offensive team.
It seems like on offense he really has come a long way, even just in the last month or so, in his comfort level with his own shot and not thinking as much about what he's got to be doing out there.
Well, I've always said this, you know, as a coach, you can't judge a guy offensively unless you can get him enough minutes where he's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, especially a young player. So, you know, it's just, but for him, it's being defensively sound enough to be able to stay on the court, which he's really improved at. The Pitt game was a little too physical for him on the road. But other than that, you know, he's done a pretty good job defensively, which allows him to continue to get minutes. I think, you know, aside from what his one-on-one ability and his passing, his ability to put the ball in the basket, his offensive rebounding, you know, and he makes us a bigger team because he's such a big guard.
Titus Reed wasn't struggling to score lately. Has he kind of hit a wall when the competition got better?
You know, I wouldn't just say that about him because, you know, I look at like the last 5 game statistics and shooting percentages of a lot of guys, but talking about him in particular, he has got to get himself to the foul line. You know, there was a couple of plays, it's just decision making. You know, again, getting comfortable out there. You know, games are bigger, first time for him, and maybe it's my fault. He's ending up with the ball in his hands too much at certain times. But he missed Kelvin for an easy layup underneath. He charged, and he could have just thrown a little lob to Shaq for a dunk. Just little things where he's got to get better with his decision making, and then maybe some strategic things where we're making sure some other guys got the ball and later in the clock than him.
What about his three-point shooting? Do you really want him shooting that many threes?
How many shooting?
He's 4 for 30 or so, 4 for 20, something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the numbers. For him, you can't never shoot one, but he doesn't need to be hunting them.
Yeah. What about Justin?
No.
11, I know that.
You know, again, you know, you never tell a guy. I tell guys they got to be effective. You got to learn how to be an effective player. You got to be able to figure that out for yourself. And if you're not effective, I can't play. You got to find a way to be effective and efficient.
So he should be able to figure out. Justin should be able to figure out on his own that he shouldn't be taking those threes.
Well, I help him, but I don't believe you. You know, I believe the last thing you can do to a guy is start telling a guy what he can and can't do. There's a strategic way to do that as a coach.
Try it.